Welcome back to the shrine. Tonight working on one of the hand-me-downs. I bought a new bicycle once in my life, and all the other bikes were always used. I like used bikes. I think they are better from cost perspective. They need maintenance. Anything needs maintenance. So your choice is taking it to the service, waiting for a week or 2 weeks, you know, paying big bucks, or fixing it at home. I've chosen the later one. So the money I would spend in a service, I put it towards tooling. This is the crank. You can see this is made by Shimano, and well, that's pretty much what I can tell about it. I think it's a hollow crank, so it's hollow inside, so it makes it lightweight. And then these bearings that are on the crank were a little crusty, so these are the old bearings. And one is pretty smooth. This one is really smooth. And then the other one is crusty. Well, it doesn't come through the microphone, but when I turn it and I press on it, I can feel that it's a little crusty. So it's a carbon frame. The bike is a carbon frame, so when this is all assembled and I take the chain off and then just spin the pedals, I can hear actually that it's grinding. It's not running right. It also takes a lot of power when I'm pedaling. So I decided to go and replace it. Took it apart, measured the bearings, and these are BB30, and you can press them out. There are special tools, but you can just use a punch or like a brass punch or something. Just drive them out. This is 24 millimeters on the inside, 37 on the outside, and they are 7 millimeters wide. So the part number is typically, you know, 24, 37, 7. That's how these bearings run. They don't really follow any standard per se. These are special bearings. So I looked it up, went to Amazon, ordered a set, and I was kind of busy, didn't look up the reviews. And then later on I went back, looked at the reviews, and they said that someone said that these are oversized. So these are the bearings that came from Amazon. I think I paid $10 or $15 with free shipping, basically overnight shipping. So they are Fushi bearing, Profession Makes Excellence, 24377 hybrid ceramic, 3772RS, MR24377-872RS. So that's the denomination. So a couple notes here when you see these numbers. So obviously this is a custom number, 24377. So 24 ID, 37 OD, and then 7 millimeters wide. Hybrid ceramic. It's got ceramic bowls. The hybrid means that the cage, or sorry, the raceways are bearing steel, 20% chromium, and the balls are ceramic. And then the 2RS means 2 rubber seals, and then H7 here is a telltale sign. You know, the capital H always refers to a bore. So we got a bore here in the center, and then the 7 is the grade. So H7 says that this diameter has a 0 value and then a positive value relative to that, so that the tolerance field is always towards the high side. So if this is a 24 millimeter, then one dimension or one size in the tolerance field would be 24, and then plus whatever tolerance field we have. So 24 low, and then 24 and 15 microns is high. One interesting thing about this bearing, this is not listed on the Amazon, but if you look at the bearing, you can see right there that there is a step here machined. You can see there's an extra step machined here in the inside ring. So not the entire surface of the inside ring is being used as a, mating surface. You can see there's an extra step on both of these. Again, if you look at the originals that were in a bike, I don't think I ever replaced these. You can see it's a solid on both sides. I did the markings. And then here's another one. This is from eBay, and it's Ben's Cycle Milwaukee Bicycle CO. And these are different bearings. So they have a blue seal and they say Enduro, and then the part number on it is MR2437 LLB. Can't really read it. 2437 LLB. So you can see they don't have a step. They are solid on both sides. So what I did is I went ahead and I mic'd the shaft. So I mic'd the shaft here and I mic'd it here. And then I calculated the average. So as you can see, I did 8 markings. So that's 4 measurements. So 4 measurements here, 4 measurements here. And then I averaged the numbers out. I did exactly the same with the old bearing, and then the Amazon bearing, and then also the eBay bearing. Okay? And then these are the results. So the shaft size, you can see the measurements here. The average comes out 23,975. Okay, so it's 25 microns below the nominal size. So 24 millimeter would be the nominal size. The old bearing that was there is 23,989. Okay, so the difference between 75 and 89 is 14 microns. So that is going to be essentially the gap. When we put the bearings on the shaft, that 14 microns is going to be the gap. Now, the new bearing that I bought from Amazon, it actually has a 24025 size. Again, this is H7. That's the fit for the bearing. And you can see that is going to result in a 50 micron gap. So, you know, 25 here, 25 there, so that's a 50 micron gap in the diameter. So that's like, you know, essentially more than 3 times larger than the initial gap. And then here is the bearing that I bought from the Ben's Bicycle Shop. Again, this is eBay. I'll put all the links in the description. So that is 23,986. So that will result in a 12 micron gap. Okay, I looked up the shaft. So this shaft size, you know, there's an ISO standardized fit, and it would come out as 24 F5. So the F also refers, the small letter always refers to the shaft, and then the capital letter always refers to a bore. So that's -20, -29, and then that's for 18 to 30 millimeters. So basically that would result a clearance fit. Any of these would be a clearance fit. So I just wanted to show you, this is the original bearing. You can see when I put it on and then I start rocking it, it does rock a little bit. So you can see how much it is gonna rock. It's not much, but you know, there's a clearance. Also there's some wear. You know, there's wear on both the bearing and on the shaft. Now, here's the new bearing from Amazon. You can see this one has the extra step. So watch this. When I put this on, just look at the play. So it's a lot more play. There's also a radial play. I can feel that there's a radial play in this direction or in this direction. And then finally, here is the bearing from eBay. So when I'm putting it on, I can feel it goes on a little harder, and there's a little bit of play. So I'm going to go with the one from eBay. I did not measure the outside diameters, but I assume, you know, if it doesn't just slide in, then it's going to be a press fit, a slide press fit. And all these new bearings come with an internal gap. So when they assemble, there's an internal gap. But once this is press fit into the bore, that internal gap is going to shrink, and that is going to be the working, you know, gap in the bearing, you have to have a certain amount of gap, otherwise, you know, you will rock weld the bearings. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to tell you, don't buy these Amazon bearings, Fushi bearing, if you are trying to replace the bearings for this bottom bracket, for this shaft, for this pedal. Buy the ones from the eBay, and make sure that the part number is this one, MR2437 LLB, and then it also says Enduro. So thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.